family. Yeah, I me say family.
What's going on, people? Your boy Nesta back again with you with the next video. So this is one of our next individual specials that we do, me and Kwani, because every like every Saturday or Sunday we try to get it on Saturdays, but sometimes we're busy. We try to give you like an individual video with just one of us where we're talking about something that that can be big for us that we want to share with you guys. So in my video today, I'm going to be talking about saving money. Saving money, that's a big thing for grown-ups, people at work. Saving money is very, very important. It's not one of my best things. It's something I struggle with a lot, not because I like to spend, but just because of like the way I live and with the kids and stuff like that. It's very difficult, but I'm gonna still share it with you, because even though I need to work on it and I'm not good at it, I'm not in a position that I can save a lot. That means I shouldn't share it with you, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that need help with it, and hopefully you that watching this video can see my process, what I do to help save money, and what I go through with it. So this is for y'all. So what I do is this thing called my co-worker put me onto this, and I'm gonna be honest, it's been very, very helpful. He put me onto this months and months ago, and he showed me the way how he used it to help him stay disciplined and save money and put him in a better place. You know what I mean? And at first he used to always tell me about it, and I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. I can save money my own way. And then I'm like, me and him would talk about something. I'll tell him that how I'm struggling and stuff financially, and he was like, yo, you should try. I'm like, oh boy, just give it to me, and he gave it to me, and he showed me how to work it and stuff like that, and actually started to use it, and I see how beneficial it is. So I'm like, yo, it's really good. It's this thing called, I know there's different ways, different things people can use. Some people don't even need to use anything, but if your money is like on the borderline of like, because as a grown-up, you're a family person, you have your kids and stuff like that, or if you don't have one, if you want to take this serious, your income, the money that you make every month versus your bills every month, that's how you determine, after you make your money every month and your bills come, you see your income minus your bills, the remainder of that is what you use to save, and the remainder of that goes to your savings, and your expenses, and maybe like your food and stuff like that. So that's how I look at it. So in this one, I'm gonna just give you guys a rough draft of maybe one of my past ones. This was like some time ago. So what it would be, so it's a thing called bi-weekly savings. The link is gonna be in the description. Y'all can click it and y'all can go on it, but I'm just give you a rundown of how how I was using it. So basically what it asks for is your net bi-weekly salary. So how much you make every 2 weeks. If that's that's how you're gonna put it in. That's how they ask for it, bi-weekly. So for example, at one time, let me see if I can find a good one. You guys won't be able to see this, but after you click the link, you can probably click the link and maybe watch the video at the same time or whatever, and you'll be able to see like a rough, you get to see how I go about doing it and stuff like that. So at one point so let's say at one point my the money that I was making every 2 weeks was coming up to like $1,400 a month. I mean every 2 weeks. So I was making like $1,400 every 2 weeks. I'm talking like after taxes, and this is not currently right now, this is like in the past. So you got to put in your $1,400, because that's how much you make every 2 weeks. So obviously in a month after taxes, you're going to be making around $2,800 a month. So they ask for it bi-weekly, so it's $1,400. And then the next thing they ask for, you got to type in how much all your bills come up to for the month, combined bills. That's what they ask for. So my combined bills at the time, because You know, we pay a lot of bills and stuff like that. We pay a bunch of different stuff. I'm not going to get into all the stuff, but for example, you got to calculate all your bills that you pay, from your rent to your electricity, your cable, your phone bill, anything that's a bill that you have to pay every month. You add it all up together, and my combined bills at the time was coming up to, for the month, was coming up to $1,793. So once again, my combined bills for the month around that time was around $793 a month. So that's what I had typed in. So, you know, after, once you put in, you know, how much you make every 2 weeks on your month, your bills for the month, you just got to put that in. Then you just click somewhere else on the page, and then it's going to give you that calculation. So, you know, so based on the calculation, it told me that, you know, 2 bills bi-weekly. So each paycheck, because you get 2 paychecks in a month, so each paycheck, they told me that I have to take out 800 put aside. So when I get paid, I have to put aside $896.50 for bills. So that's how much I had to put aside. So when my paycheck of $1,400 come, I have to, so what I did, I got 2 bank accounts. I make sure I get 2 bank accounts, and one bank account is going to be that every time I get paid, that money that they're asking for to come out of each paycheck, the $896.50, I would take that out my check immediately and put in my account, my bank account for the bills. That's the account I want to be paying all my bills with. So I know that I don't want to mess with that account for nothing else. So that's a bank account for bills. So I'll put that $896.50 in that account. And the remainder, because you know, you got to take the $896.50 out of that paycheck, the $1,400 paycheck, and the remainder of the paycheck, it tells you on here the balance of the paycheck is $503.50. So the balance of the paycheck now, then they give you the calculations of what they think that you should save, have for savings, have for spending money, and have to go towards your expenses. I'm gonna break all that down now. So once again, just to take a track back, you get paid, you know, this for me, everybody's gonna be different. So for me, I was getting paid after taxes and stuff like around $1,400 a month. My bills, they told me, I put in my bills of every month, my bills was $1,793. So they told me 2 bills. So out of my paycheck, you know, when I get paid, the first paycheck that comes in a month, they told me to take out $896.50 and put aside for the bills. For me, I had 2 bank accounts. I put that money in my bills bank account. So I put that to the side, because you know, everybody bills is not due like at the end of the month. Sometimes you have bills that you got to pay in the beginning of the month, you have bills that you got to pay in the middle of the month, and you got bills that you got to pay at the end of the month. Everybody bills is different. So for me, what I would do, when I get my first paycheck of the month and they tell me to take out, okay, that $896.50, I'll start pay like the small bills. So like for me, my biggest bill was like the rent. So what I would do, I'll wait till the end of the month or whatever, when I get my second paycheck, then, because it's accurate, once your bills is that amount, you just know that once your 2 paychecks come and you put that same amount in the account to pay your bills, all of your bills is going to come out to what you took out of your paycheck. So it's really accurate. So I would start pay like my small bills and stuff like that, like my phone bill, my my electricity, NICEC, Con Ed, whatever, and I'll pay those off. So not to get sidetracked. So after I take out that $896.50, put in the my bank account to pay my bills, then the balance of the check is $503.50. So with that $503.50, they break it down into 3 different, columns. So they break it down into savings, money that go towards your savings, spending money, and your expenses, money for your expenses. So you already know what savings is. I don't have to. So they said, so these 3 different columns, when you add them together, they're going to come up to obviously $503.50. So they asked to put, they said, okay, you should put $125.88 in your savings. So I would do that. That in my, like, any one of my bank accounts that I want to I use $125.88 will go towards the savings. Then for spending money, they tell me, like, keep that same amount, $125.88. For everybody, spending money is different. You know what I mean? Maybe it can be pocket change, whatever. Spending money can be like, I just want to keep this money on me. I want to go out and eat. Maybe I use some of this to go to a party, whatever. That's your spending money. And that's your spending money for that paycheck. Because when you get your next paycheck, it's going to be the same thing again. And you will use that. You would have a next $125 as spending money when you get your next paycheck. And the next column is expenses. For expenses, it's higher because there's like things that are not bills that you have to spend money on. So for expenses, they asked to put $251.75 at the side for expenses. Expenses are, things like your gas money. Like you have your vehicle, your gas money, whether you take the bus or whatever, your Metro card. That's what that money, that's what comes out of your expenses money, like that. Food, anything that's not bills that you need every month. Your laundry money, like your money for your shopping, your food money come out of your expenses money. And that's what they asked for. They said, like, okay, then that's what you're gonna do. Back again, $125.88 for savings, $125.88 for spending money, and $251.75 for expenses. For me, what I used to do is the savings money, I leave that as it is. I put it to the side. I used to kind of mix up my spending and my expenses. That's just the way I did it. I used to mix it up, because it's like, you got to do food shopping and gas money. I used to just mix it up because to me it's like pretty much the same. It's kind of the same thing. But I used to just watch. I make sure I don't go over it because I want that money to last until my next paycheck come. Because these three different things, you're gonna have these three different things 2 times in the month. So you're gonna have saving money 2 times, spending money 2 times, and your expenses money 2 times in the month. So maybe for the expensive money, maybe you go do like for expenses you have $251.75. Maybe you use that as, you can do one food shopping out of that just for that paycheck. So maybe you can spend $100 out of that for food for your house, because you won't be able to spend the next $100 when you get your next paycheck. Because this whole process, you're doing it 2 times for the month. For each paycheck, one paycheck that come in the beginning of the month, and the next paycheck that come towards the end of the month. So that's what it is. And everybody's calculation is going to be different, because the money I make bi-weekly is different from the money you make bi-weekly. My bills for the month is going to come up to something different from your bills for the month. But what you want to make sure is that the money you making every month is higher than the bills you're paying. That's the only way you're going to see a profit. That's the only way you're going to be able to save. That's the only way you're going to be able to have spending money, and that's the only way you're going to be able to have money for expenses, for food shopping and all of that. Because your income every month is higher than the bills you pay every month. And I'm going to be honest, I did this for, this is like one of the only times I was able to see success. Because once you do this, you get to really, not to be stingy. I use the word stingy because stingy is the word I use so I can have discipline. You know what I mean? That's like stingy / discipline. I try to be disciplined about it. I stay focused. So when you do something like this, you'll be able to tell, like, okay, then you're really getting to see where your money is going, because you're being organized. You're putting the right amount of money out of each paycheck, to go towards your bills. Because I feel like once you get your bills out the way, then you're gonna be able to see all the other money you have. And I'm gonna be honest, when I was doing this, I was starting to see my money some more. I'm like, yo, I was able to put my bills money to the side. Then I realized, okay, then out of this paycheck, I put this aside for the bills, And then I was like, okay, then so the remainder of the paycheck, I know what I have to save, and then the remainder of the money, which is the spending money and the expenses money, was like, yo, I can just make sure I'm good, because you only have to do it for like 2 weeks until they get paid again. So with me, I had what, 120, let's say 125 plus 251, which is like $376. $376 for 2 weeks was like, to me, it was kind of like a decent amount of money. You know what I mean? For me, because I was managing my money. I was making sure I spend my money the right way, making sure I'm not wasting my money on things that I don't need. Only if I need it, I make sure I spend my money on it. And the spending money portion was good, because it's like, okay, then you can give yourself like a allowance and stuff like that. Everybody's not like that. Some people make so much money that they don't even need stuff like this. But for me, I was kind of on the borderline. My bills was high and my income wasn't the best. You know what I mean? So this was perfect for me, because I was able to be organized and save my money and pay attention to my money. You know what I mean? And that's something I'm definitely going to teach my kids, because not because you're making a lot of money, that mean you're not supposed to manage your money. You know what I mean? So this is just why I'm trying to share it with you guys, is to help you be more organized. Even if you're making a lot of money, you can still do something like this, because you won't be able to see that you can save more money, and then you'll be able to see that, okay, then you have more money. You get to be organized and see, okay, I have spending money, expenses money, and I can be more organized and pay attention to it some more. So I'm gonna be honest, I was so thankful when my boy gave this to me, and I'm like, yo, I was so thankful. I keep telling him like, yo, thank you so much, because like with using this, it was, I was able to organize myself. Me and Kwani, who was there, like, she see the benefits of it, because I was be able to, like, I wasn't stressing, because before I was using this, I was just paying whatever bills and whatever, and then I was like, yo, where's my money going? So I'm like, all right, try this, bam, everything work out. And it's different, you know what I mean? Because there have been time when I would get a raise at work, so I'm making more money. Then there's time where I would get a position change, or change my job and I'm making less money. And I can always go back to this, because even if you're starting to make less money than your bills and you do this, then you'll be able to tell, okay, I'm in the negative, I need to make this much more money, so let me put in some overtime, let me get the side hustle, then I can step up my money some more. So for me, it's easy. You're gonna see the link in the description. You can click it, open it up, and it's 1 2 it's 1 2 3. Ask for the date, then it asks for like the net bi-weekly, how much you make every 2 weeks, and it asks for your bills, your combined bills, mean all your bills add up for the month, how much that comes up to. Then that's all you gotta do, because they take care of the rest calculation. So you just put in those two, then you just click one of the empty boxes, and then the calculations go right across. You scroll across, then you see everything else. They tell you 2 bills each paycheck, you gotta put that aside for bills. Then they tell you, okay, this is the balance of your check, and then they tell you this is how we're gonna split it down. We're gonna split your balance of the check after you take out your bills money. We're gonna split it down into 3 different things: saving money, spending money, and expenses money. And you just take it from there. For me, I was at a point where I didn't need that much spending money. So what I would do, I would put more money in my savings. Maybe some more money from, maybe I needed more spending money. There was times when I needed more spending money, more expenses money. So I would take some money out my savings and save less. You know what I mean? That was just my way. That I just tweaked it in any way, because depending on your life, this is just giving you an idea of what you should do, but your life might call for something different. So you might just have to tweak it, but at least it's giving you the calculations. So you might have to take a little bit from here, put into there, take a little bit from there and put into here. But at least you have a rough sketch of like how it should be done. And then I use this to a point where I don't even need this anymore, but I still use it, because it's like it helps keep me organized. You know, it helped me feel like, okay then, Nesta, you gotta do this and that. It makes me know where I'm at, and it makes me, you know, save my money. And that's one of the main reasons I use it, is to save money. It's called bi-weekly savings. So for me, it's 1, 2, 3. I like to use it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, let me know what you think about it. Click the link, follow it. If you have any questions, you can ask your questions in the comments. I'm definitely answer your questions. And you know, hope you enjoyed this video. Please, you know, just make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You know, comment below what you think about the video, what you think about the bi-weekly savings. Do you need something like this? Is there other ways that you can tell me about that I can try something different? You know, because right now, maybe I'm sure a lot of people, one of a lot of people, New Year resolution is to save more money, to get more money. So, you know, maybe this is a way that can help you go about doing that. So once again, thank you guys for watching. That's about it for me. You know, I'm in my boy Jalen's room right now, my brother-in-law. So Jalen, I know you're gonna see this video. Thank you for your room. I gotta fix up your room because I throw your bed that way. I moved this here, so I gotta fix back up your room. But people, you know, thank you for the support again. You know, thank you for watching. So until next time, we'll see you sometime soon again. You don't know, it's your boy Nesta. Boom.
Yeah, I had a dream that we made it to the top floor. We was living like some kings on the world tour. They was screaming so loud on the encore, and my mama so proud. Who could want more?